Hiya! Welcome! This is a video that I've been so looking forward to be able to film for you ever since I originally knew that I would be receiving this item here today. As you can see, it's in the shape of a vinyl record, a 12-inch size record. There is an album in here, and also attached to the package there is a smaller package as well, which will have a CD in. I'll probably open that second because the vinyl record, the album, is the main thing I want to tell you about it. I'll just start opening this. But some months ago, the Plunderphonics artist who I've been a fan of for, God, about 22 years or more, Vicky Bennett, aka People Like Us, started an Indiegogo campaign for her to raise money. I think her target was £16,000 in order to be able to work for the next year or so on her new album and tour. She raised that money and a bit more besides within the 30-day time period she set herself. The campaign is still open. She's still accepting donations and, you know, purchases for perks. But this is the big perk as far as I'm concerned. I pledged for the new album and a single that will be coming out from it that will be out in 2024. And if you recall, I think it was the last Records Roundup, and I did mention about this Indiegogo campaign there as well. Another perk was the Charity compilation album on CD, which came out recently and which is bloody excellent, by the way. This package with the CDs actually coming open, but there we are. Sorry if that was loud. What I'm about to open here is, yes, it's the most expensive record I've ever bought, but this is something that is completely unique, and I'll be the only person in the world to ever own this. Right, I've got to get it out. Wow. I've not showed it yet. I just want to look at it. I'm just going to check. Vicky has included like an art print or something in here. Oh, a few actually. Yeah, this is some of Vicky's actual art. That's one of her album sleeves. I can't remember which one offhand. I've got the album, I know that because I recognise it. Oh, Vicky Bennett Pianos. That's just like I don't think that's off an album or single or anything. And I know this one's very familiar to me, Abridged Too Far. These are all printed out on high quality photo paper. I didn't know I was getting these. I just thought I'd quickly show you those. Oh, and I love what it says on the front as well, to confirm that this truly is a limited edition of one in the entire world. This is an album that was pressed just for me. People Like Us brings you Wet Sounds, limited edition 1. I'm getting a bit emotional here. Soon as I saw this option on Vicky's Indiegogo campaign, where if you pledge £300, yes, this wasn't cheap, like I say, the most expensive record I'll no doubt ever own, but if you pledge £300, she would work with I think they're a company in Wales, and I'm never sure how to pronounce them, but Bladed or Bladdered Flies, who press records, albums, singles and stuff onto heavy duty lathe cut clear vinyl. She's released other stuff that I've shown on the channel before. It's on this really nice high quality clear lathe cut vinyl. She has left me a note, which is great. I'm glad she did that. There she is, there's Vicky herself. And on the back it says, "Hi James, many thanks for your support. Here's the one-off lathe cut, plus There Goes Nothing CDR." She said she wanted to send me a bonus CD and asked what I didn't have in my collection, and I listed the few things that I don't have, and she had one of the CDs to hand. And I'm not sure if you have my Digi-Discog. Here it is. Cheers Vicky. And yeah, there's a bunch of download codes there. I probably won't use them because I like to listen to music physically, as you know. But to have an album pressed just for you it's like a dream come true, really. Nice bookmark there. There again, I know a lot of these images, I just can't recall to my head exactly which records they're relating to, if they are relating to any records. I think we've got a business card for, yeah, this is the pressing company in Wales, little boutique outlet. I think I've got this card in the other People Like Us releases. that Bloodud or Bladed Flies have been involved in. It just tells you how to care for your album. But here we go. Oh yeah, People Like Us bring you Wet Sounds Limited Edition 1. Plain on the back, but that's a modification of the original Wet Sounds artwork. This is selections from, if you can call it an album, it was really sort of like what was played on a radio show and a podcast back in 2007. I asked Vicky to pick out selections from it, because obviously the whole thing was something like 2 hours something long, and you can't get that amount of music on one vinyl record. But she did, and she sent me all the digital files beforehand saying, you know, if you want to swap any round, you can do. And I said, no, this is all great. Oh yeah, edition of 1. Marvellous. So there's no track listing on it, but there's actually no track listing on the original album anyway. So it's just a case of, when I enter this into Discogs, then I'll just be putting untitled for each, because the tracks weren't titled. Usually tracks are titled, but for Wet Sounds they weren't. So that'll be a nice easy job on Discogs. And here we are. Look at that. Really nice crystal clear vinyl there. Edition of 1. See, even if someone else pledged today and wanted a Wet Sounds album, same as me, it wouldn't necessarily have the exact same tracks on. So this is always going to be a totally unique album because it's got a specific selection of the original Wet Sounds tracks on it. I'm so delighted with this. The quality of the record sleeve is nice. It feels just how a record sleeve should feel, obviously. I do love Bladed or Bladed Flies lathe cut discs. They're always nice and heavy duty, clear vinyl. The ones from them that I've played before, that I've got in my collection already, always sound great as well. Fantastic. A little bit of a niggle. It might be nice for something to be on the back, but it doesn't matter. I mean, she's had to modify this artwork, especially for me, so I think that's quite a privilege that she's actually modified it to represent the fact that this is now just one album that can only exist once in this world, and I've got it. Let me quickly show you the CD that she also sent me, because I've been a pledge not just for this but also for the new album and the single and the compilation CD. She said she wanted to send me like a free gift, like an extra out of the list of CDs, albums of People Like Us that I haven't yet got. She did say that she had a copy of this one at home, so she sent it to me. And it is There Goes Nothing. It's not an awful lot to see. It is a CDR, but a lot of People Like Us stuff is on CDR. Yeah, and this is People Like Us featuring Wobbly. Wobbly is another artist in the similar sort of vein. So there we are, People Like Us and Wobbly, There Goes Nothing. And of course, she very kindly sent these nice photo quality, high quality, high res prints here as well. I'm very tempted to get these framed, to be honest, but I might just stick them in with the album, the Wet Sounds LP, for the moment anyway, just because it was all part of the same package. And a lovely note there from Vicky, really nice person. She's been consulting me regarding this album every step of the way. It was a pleasure to be able to support her, and knowing that my pledges that I've made has enabled her to spend the next year or more working on her next album, which I'll definitely, well, I've already bought it, you know, I've pledged for that. But I'm all in on People Like Us. I get everything that Vicky puts out, usually via Bandcamp, but often I've had to resort to the second-hand market, you know, Discogs and what have you. Yeah, I've just got to show you one last look at Wet Sounds, though. The artwork always caught my eye for this, and I've listened to most of the full album, if you can call it an album. As I say, it was like stuff from a radio show from back in 2007. And the whole thing's like over 2 hours long. One album, limited edition of 1, just for me. No one else in the world can own this, or even an identical copy of it. And that is something incredible to me. I'm just made up, I really am. Thank you so much, Vicky. I'll tag her in this video when I promote it on Instagram, and hopefully she'll be watching this. And of course, I'm going to send her an email to let her know that everything's come and that I'm absolutely thrilled with everything right after I've finished shooting this video. So I want to say thank you to you for watching this special record mail opening or unboxing. And I want to say special thanks, as always, to my wonderful subscribers and generous patrons. My Patreon link, my Facebook group link, and all my usual referral links are all down in the description text box. I'm going to go now. I've told you what I'm going to do right after filming. Need to get in touch with Vicky Bennett, aka the extremely talented. Her work, just go and check it out. She's on Bandcamp. I'll leave a link for the Indiegogo page. I'll leave a link for a Bandcamp as well while I'm at it at the top of the description. So please just go and check her out. I'm going to get in touch and thank her for sending this out nice and safely. And then of course after that, I'm going to go and listen to my very own edition of one Wet Sounds vinyl lathe cut LP. And I do hope that all of you will join me again next time for my next record collecting video. Cheers everyone. See ya!